Shalom Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to Legman out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and truth, sincerity. I just want to get into a quick commentary on this woman of the so-called conscious community, goes by the name of DR.MAAT. She did this lecture on debunking the fact that the black woman is God. And, at this, she takes basically, some shots at Polite and, shuts him down. And then you got Polite sitting with Red Pill and another sit down that they had. And he actually, you can tell that he was debunked, but he came up with his own methodology to say that both of them are right. When she's coming with some facts, a lot of fallacies, a lot of, bull, but she actually has some proof, to prove that the black woman is not God, amongst other bullshit that she said, but when you see Polite, when he comes up, all he comes up is with rhetoric and bullshit and his own thoughts. And, Lord willing, too, we're going to read some of the comments so you can see how the people reacted to what Polite had to say versus to what she had to say, because, Polite trying to come up with saying, that they're both right and so on and so forth. But you can't have one side versus another side and both of them be right. One has to come out victorious. That's why the truth stands flawless against all these other bullshit doctrines. The truth of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Okay? So, with that, just going to get into this real quick. And, Lord willing, through the Spirit, this is edifying.
In recent years, the idea that the black woman is God has gained tremendous momentum in the community due to its propagation by prominent figures within who claim a motive to elevate the black woman. However, much of this neo-ideology is predicated on myths, debunked theories, and pseudoscience. The Black Woman is God movement is enhancing the pre-existing condition of division among black men and women.
Right, and on that point in what she said, that putting a black woman on that pedestal basically is enhancing the division amongst the so-called black men and black women. Now, ultimately, we know that, women being put up on that pedestal goes back to ancient Babylon, dealing with Semiramis, which is brought back unto today to the daughter of Babylon. And its philosophy is being pushed upon our people, to further the strain amongst us to cause that division. And we also know, too, that the Most High set this up as a stumbling block, to cause further division, because of the curses. The woman's eye, her eye shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, So that's all, pretty much what this dealing with in this time frame, real quick, I got Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. So, as I was saying in the beginning, you got this woman debunking the fact that, the so-called black woman is God, but then you got these weak niggas of the consciousness community, Polite, Sarnetta, Sarah Susan Seti, Shaka Atmos, bigging up the woman, putting up on that big pedestal when the Lord said, "O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths." Because the man is that foundation. But they put woman so that she is supposed to be the foundation of all things, But I'm going to save the rest of what I got to say for the next point.
The objective of this presentation is to expose and repudiate the erroneous teachings used to support why the black woman is God, and to elucidate the true nature of the black woman, that which is always complimented by the black man.
Now, right there, she said pretty much that, the existing condition of the woman is supposed to be what? Complemented with that, with the male. That's why the Most High made woman, to be a helpmeet unto Adam, That's the purpose, because they're meant to complement the man. And when you basically go into the word complement, all right, the word complement, it means, in this sense, it means a thing that completes or brings to perfection, So the Most High setting up Adam and then giving him woman, she's the completion of the household, because she bears the children, she holds down the house. And when you go into Proverbs 31, it gives you the duties of a woman, you know. That's why they have that saying, what, that a woman's job is never done, because she completes the household, you know. But she doesn't lead the household, but she completes the household as far as doing those womanly duties, you know. But what, the man is always the head, and she compliments the man by being a help unto him, you know, to support them, you know. It's just like when you walking down the street, you know, and, you know, you walk down the street with your woman or whatever the case may be, she's supposed to be what? A compliment unto you. By what? Having herself covered up. Not being all out there, all flashy, titties all out, and short ass skirt, other men looking upon her breasts and the ass and all that, man. You know, that's out of order. But your woman walking down the street with you being covered up, that's a compliment unto you, because the next man will see that you have your house in order to a degree. Or he'll see that you have your woman in order, so therefore she is a compliment unto you. So with that, real quick, I have Sirach 36 and 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. You know, that's what there's technically supposed to be, a pillar of rest, but in this day and time, you know, we know that not to be so. But, you know, we deal with these women accordingly because, well, we know that the curses are upon them, you know. So with that, I'm getting to the next point.
So that's Malachi Z. York. A lot of you, are you guys familiar with Malachi Z. York? All right. So Malachi Z. York, or Dr. Malachi Z. York, or Malachi Z. York, he taught that the black woman is God. I think he started teaching this around the 1990s, all right, 1990s, early 2000s, before his incarceration. So he was one of the main people that taught that the black woman is God, and he pumped out a lot of literature. So to the right of his picture, or to the left of his picture, is his book called The Black Book. So I picked up the book and I scrutinized it, because I was on that kick that the black woman is God. So I wanted to take my time to learn about it. But to be honest with you, family, I couldn't get through the book. It was too much foolery. I couldn't get through it. In the Black Book claims that the female existed before the male, and his proof was the age of mitochondrial DNA. He also said that females must have existed before males because the X chromosome is 5 times larger than the Y chromosome. He also stated in his Black Book that men are a genetic defect of women.
So now with that point, you see where Fruity Booty Tahuti, he get all that shit from that a man is a degenerate, a woman, or whatever the case may be. What, they get all that shit from what? Malachi Z. York, man. Nothing but philosophies, doctrines, and bunch of bullshit that they pulling out of air from going into this scientific crap, man. Organisms were made 3 million years ago, so on and so forth, which is all bullshit, man. This nigga's crazy, man.
That the Y chromosome is a defective X. And a matter of fact, on one of his pages, he said that the mother, the goddess Nunet, sliced off 2.8% of the X chromosome in order to form the Y. So a lot of sisters are now saying that the Y is a broken X. And then he also stated that women can produce babies without men.
More bullshit, okay? This is 2 Maccabees chapter 7, and I start at verse 21. Yea, I'll start at verse 20. But the mother was marvelous above all and worthy of honorable memory. For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of 1 day, she bare it with a good courage because of the hope that she had in the Lord. Yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language, filled with courageous spirits, and stirring up her womanish thoughts with the manly stomach, she said unto them, I cannot tell how ye came into my womb. So you have a woman here that clearly said, I cannot tell how you came into my womb, right? For I neither gave you breath nor life. So she didn't say that she can do it on her own, okay? Neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. but doubtless the creator of the world, the Most High, okay, who formed the generation of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also in his own mercy give you breath and life again, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake. So it said what? But the creator of the world who formed the generation of man. So she gave all praise, honor, and glory unto the Lord who formed the generation of man. That formed the man to be able to what? Have the sperm to put that forth in the woman and for her to fertilize the egg. Because what? It's a process, man. Not the woman can do it on their damn own, man. Which is bullshit. Okay? The next point.
Women can produce babies without men. And then his proof was, he said, well, human beings are a mixture of mammal and reptilian. Mammal and reptile.
More complete and utter bullshit, man. More complete and utter bullshit, man. When you go to Wisdom of Solomon 7:1. I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth, and in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months, being compacted in blood of the seed of man, and of the pleasure that came with sleep. Verse 3. And when I was born, I drew in the common air, and fell upon the earth, which is of like nature. And the first voice which I uttered was crying, as all others do. I was nursed in swaddling clothes, and that with cares. For there is no king that had any other beginning of birth. For all men have one entrance into life, and the like going out. Okay? So that kills all of that bullshit, man. You know, and she's going to further get into some points, you know, of explaining about the Bartholin gland, which, you know, Polite tried to get into before, you know what I'm saying, with his woman and all that, so on and so forth, man. You know, how they have with the so-called Christian doctrine of, you know, the virgin birth and all that street nonsense, man. You know, these house of conscious niggas are fools, man, and they got killed, they got crushed by a goddamn woman, man. You know, ridiculous.